position. So today we're talking about position. Welcome in YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe, do whatever y'all want to do here. Just don't echo food. Amen. Serve God for one. With God first. Amen. I gotta bring them in. Exactly. Perspective. Let's go, y'all. So let me get back into it because I was headed somewhere. Father God, bring my mind back into play because Father God, you was headed somewhere. Utilize me. Amen, y'all. But like I said, people will see your power. The enemy will see your power, and he'll utilize whomever he can to make you feel like you ain't what God called you to be. And he'll use things of this world. That's the sad part, is that our standards, even though everybody walk around and they say, oh, I serve God, I put God first. Well, why is your standards? Hey, love, welcome in. Natural soul, I like that. Why is your standards based on the world? If you serve God the way that you say you serve God, why did you just judge that person based off the world? And when I tell you, test people fruit and you will see. Oh, I'm less than because I don't do this. I'm less than because I don't have that. I'm less than because, but how about this? When I had it, I felt lower than low. When I had it, I felt like nothing. So what you mean? No, I am who God called me to be with or without it. Because when I came into this world, I was naked. And he said, I placed everything in you. I knew you before I formed you in your mother's womb. He loved us before he formed us. He knew who we would be before he formed us in our mother's womb. So that right there alone tells me that I had everything I needed. The world, and then it goes on, and Jesus dying for our sins, right? He said, I'm gonna leave you with something that the world can't give. I mean, the world can't take away because it can't give it. So when I tell you, when you think about it, it's okay to be misunderstood. Yeah, when you being misunderstood from the world, hey, count it. Be glad. Like, I'm sorry. Like, at first it hurt. But at this point, it feels like I'm excited that I'm misunderstood because why? I know I'm going in the wrong. I mean, I know I'm going in the right way. I know I'm going in the right way because even when you think about, like I said, in the Matthews, it tells you how hell's gate is wide open. So if you got a whole crowd of people that understand everything that you doing, then you know what I'm saying? Welcome in, John Wick. Welcome in. You understand that you probably 9 times out of 10 in the wrong area. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest because he say it's narrow to heaven, right? So that let you know a lot of people ain't gonna make it on this path. As much as you would like to see everybody named mama make it up on this path, and you would like to grab everybody up and say, let's go, let's do it. A lot of people are not really, like it even says it in Hebrews, how a lot of people won't even rest in God. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people won't trust in God. It said in the word. I didn't say it. It said in the word. So that right there, all of that right there lets you know that you're not going to have a lot of people on this route with you. No matter how much you would love to, you're not going to have the right, you know what I'm saying? You're not going to have a crowd of people. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And guess what? No matter how much they love you, some people, a lot of people will not understand your walk, and you got to be okay with that. All right, y'all. All right, y'all. So we're going to continue to talk about Moses and how they seen his power. But like I said, the enemy will utilize people around you. So that's why it tells you we're not fighting against flesh and blood. He'll utilize people around you. They don't even understand that they're being utilized. Why? Why they don't understand? Because they ain't walking that walk. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of people, they pick up God, put him down, pick him up, put him down, pick him up, put him down. And that don't mean that I'm perfect. But I don't enjoy picking up God and putting him back up. Picking up God and putting him back up. I was getting pick him up, put him down results in my life when that's what I was doing. I was getting put him up, pick him up, put him down peace in my life when that's what I was doing. Yeah, I was getting put him up, pick him back down love in my life when that's what I was doing. Like I tell people, a lot of times we get mad and we be like, oh, well, why people only call me when they need something? Ain't that the only time you call God? So you mad when you get them results, but that's the same way you doing God, Chantel. Oh, why people they just come drain my energy? Ain't that what you do with God? Ain't you the main person that be up there? God help me and give me strength, and then you right back into them same things that took the strength from you. Come on, like that's how you do God. That's how you do God. So like I said, you when you get them, pick them up, put them down. Results when you get tired, because like I tell people, capitalize your G love. We don't like to call all of them, but the lower cases. But like I tell people, when you get tired, nobody else. When you get tired, you'll surrender. When you get tired, you'll put that burden down. Welcome in. Hey, Ashley, welcome in. When you get tired, just when you get tired, that's why I feel like you can go and you can tell somebody, she said, ain't that the truth? When you get, it take you to get tired. We got to be honest with ourselves. It take you to get tired of having the same results. It take you to get tired of doing the same things. It take you to get tired of being hurt over and over. But when you get tired, you'll lay down that burden. Thank you. Y'all see that's me, right? Okay, y'all, I just need the white shirt. Yeah, when you get tired. And that's why I tell people, I don't sell God. You can say whatever you want to say about me. You can do whatever you want to do about me. I don't sell God. Keep talking, keep doing you, however you see fit. I don't sell God. No, I don't, but I'll tell somebody about it here because some people need to hear these things. I'll help people understand this Bible as best as I can through my Father because somebody be needing to hear these things. Because guess what? When I was down and out, guess what? I threw on me some Sarah J. Roberts. So who am I to see what God can do in me and then I be silent on what God did for me? Knowing somebody need to hear this. Knowing I was that somebody at some point. And that's why I'm telling you, when the enemy know that you got something that can heal, he, of course, you know what I'm saying? And guess what? I know it's through God and he utilizes us, but when he know that you got a testimony that can give somebody hope, because we know real love never loses hope and God is love, right? When he know that you got something that can heal somebody else, and it's not that you healed them, because that's a lot of people problem. They try to be God. I've heard too many people say that I healed them. You ain't healed nothing. You ain't healed nothing. I hate to tell you that. You didn't heal nothing. You may have been utilized, but you can't heal. First of all, did you check your mirror before you thought you healed somebody? You helped them. And be grateful that God utilized you. Stop trying to be God. And then you wondering why the weight's so heavy. Alright, y'all. But be okay, like, be okay with being misunderstood. That's my thing. Be okay with being misunderstood, even when you're doing something great. And it still seems like it comes out wrong. Be okay with being misunderstood. That's what season I'm in, where it's just like, you know what? I don't even understand, so I don't expect you to understand. You know what I'm saying? So be okay with being misunderstood. Be okay. You know what I'm saying? Be okay with isolation. Be okay with sin alone. Be okay with oh, it's just me and God. Be okay with that. And that don't mean it'll always be like that. It won't always be like that. But if your foundation is set on people, you are doomed. That's all I'm trying to help you understand, baby. We didn't try this thing before. Think about it. That's all I be trying to help everybody understand, that you tried that before. You tried the trusting in people. You tried the, you know what I'm saying, substance. You tried, all these worldly things that did not work. It led you nowhere but back on your knees, begging God for help. So why not just go there in the first place? Why not allow that to be your source in the first place? Why don't you just get up and you select him anyway? Why you got to keep on going through all these hard times to select them anyway? You're going to end up running to him in your bad time anyway. Why not just select God regardless? Whether I'm having a good day, bad day, why not? He did it one time. He'll keep doing it. What's going to stop today? And I don't even know how we got there, but we're going to stir back, okay? I guess I just want people to know, stop giving God minimum wage results, but then you want the high class bougie role, the high class bougie praise, peace, happiness, joy. You want all of those things, but then you give God the least that you got. That's not cool. That's not fair. And like I said, you don't end up hurting nobody but yourself. Yeah. Y'all, listen, I don't know who put me up on Shaq, but I ain't even watched all of it again. Because this is going to be my second time watching it. But this time I took notes. Because Shaq was so good. Oh, it was so good. I was crying about the whole movie. You know what I'm saying? I was up there crying about the whole movie. I think Alicia did it. But I'm just going to keep that a thought. But somebody put me on to that movie. When I tell you, when I heard up in that movie how he was frustrated with God in the movie, right? And he was like, if you love us so much, then why we go through all this? Why my baby went through all this? Y'all know, if you know the movie, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. And he was like, you punish us. He talked about wrath. He was like, when we do stuff, you punish us. And the best thing that I heard from that movie, and I don't think I ever forget it, sin has its own punishment. We be up here trying to blame God for sin having its own punishment. If you walk in the dark, why do you think that you're going to get the light results? That's that grace. That's that grace. And you know what, even how you can say, well, if I had to go through this or that and the third, then how was it grace? Because you still alive, ain't it? You know, some people did what you did and they didn't make it out. That's that grace. But people want to deny the light so bad. But go ahead. That's on you. But don't come up over here trying to make me deny it. Yeah, because I'm telling y'all, spiritually, I'm bumping people all upside the head. Spiritually, you know what I'm saying? I might not do it physically. But spiritually, I'm clapping them in the mouth. I'm just saying, what you say about my God? So you calling my God a liar? You know what I'm saying? And for me, spiritually, I'm looking at your actions. Is your actions calling my God a liar? What is you bringing to me? Yeah, what you bringing to me? Alright. But I said 8 through 10. I said reason for getting rid. Oh, I just wanted y'all to know why he gonna get rid of them. That's the reason why I highlighted 8 and 11. I said he knew he couldn't overthrow them or control them, so he had to try to crush their spirits. Don't that sound like the enemy? All right, y'all. So if you got some people in your life, they keep on. I'm talking about they got nothing positive to say to you. Nothing positive to say to you. I'm not saying everybody gonna be perfect. I'm not saying they gonna always give you the perfect word, but they got nothing positive to say to you. But they got all the negative things to say to you. Yeah, we need to pray for them, but baby, run. Yeah, I ain't being funny. I'm being honest. Like, they are letting the enemy use them from every angle. I got nothing to say about you. Good. But I'm going to hang around you. You know what I'm saying? They're literally watching your downfall, making sure that you don't get up. Let me tell you everything negative about you. That's not cool. That's not cool. 227 people viewing, 19 in. Thank y'all. And I pray y'all having a beautiful day. Amen. All right, y'all. I pray y'all waking up with the faith like my girl with the issue of blood. I pray y'all walking into it with authority like the Roman officer. Yeah. All right, y'all. I like them too. I think they did their thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm working on a little quote for us, y'all, that I'm going to tell us every day to remind us. Well, I'm going to tell us Monday through Friday to remind us of what kind of spirit we should be in. You know what I'm saying? I'm working on a quote. I'm just grabbing up everybody and what they did and what I like. I came up. Y'all want me to tell y'all what I came up with? And it may be a little rusty. It may be a little rusty, but I was just having a moment. You know what I'm saying? You know how sometimes you can just have a moment with God and it just be like, oh, you know what? But I said we need a heart like David. Because, you know, David was a man chasing after God's own heart. Yeah. We need thoughts like the one with the issue of blood. We need to speak with authority like the Romans. And I guess the main point that I said all of them came to get Jesus. All of them. All of them came. You know, you want to know what the difference is between, you know what I'm saying? You want to know what all them did the same is that they was running after God. I'm gonna find some more people to put up there, but them the 3 that I got. That if I need me a moment to remember who God is and who God has been in my life, yeah, I need to have a heart. Patience like Job. I done forgot about Job, y'all. Patience like Job. And I gotta find the right wordings. I know I don't want to do patience like Job. Let me put Job up there. And patience. I gotta find a nice quote. Y'all be making these up, man. I'm just saying, it gotta be something to touch my heart. So when I say it, I can remember it. Okay, y'all. So we're gonna go to let's go to chapter 2. Let's talk about chapter 2. Hey, y'all, we're in Exodus chapter 2. We're going to talk about the birth of Moses. Oh, no, we not, y'all. Hold on. Let me double back. I'm going too fast. We're going to go to 11 and 12. Let's go to 11 and 12, or did we just read it? Let's read it. So, Exodus chapter 1, verse 11 through 12. It says, so the Egyptians made the Israelites their slave. Y'all see what they did? They couldn't. All they could do was crush their spirit. So, what they did was make them feel less than. Yeah, they had to make sure that they felt less than. They couldn't do nothing else with them. So they had to make them feel like less than while they had the opportunity to. Yeah, y'all, that's how it be. And we just talked about that. So the Egyptians made the Israelites their slaves. They appointed brutal slave drives over them, hoping to wear them down with crushing labor. Come on, y'all. Exodus chapter 1. And I'm up on verse 11. I'm finishing up 11. Thank you for the share, sis. Thank you so much. If I missed anybody share, thank you, Ashley. Thank you. So 11. Oh, let me finish up 11. But it says they were hoping to wear them down with crushing labor. And when you think about the enemy, what does the enemy do in our life? He make us go through all of these things from a childhood on up, hoping. Wait a minute. Bring it back. So he make us go through all of these things as a kid when we can barely process what's going on, right? He make our environment so bad and so toxic, and to a point where when we get to adult, we can't see past that moment. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people that cannot see past their hurt, their trauma, and their brokenness. And then it's some of us who is deciding, hey, I can see way past that. If God said I'm already healed in Isaiah 53 and 5, I'm going to get up and I'm going to walk in. He said that I would be whole. So I'm not broken. I'm not angry. I'm not bitter. I'm not upset. That's not my portion. You know what I'm saying? So when I tell you verse through 12, when I tell you the enemy starts at you young, and that's why I tell people, stop thinking your kids don't need a relationship with God. Stop not inviting them to come up and pray with you. Stop not inviting them. Why y'all ain't got Bible study? I'm not judging, but I'm just saying you need to equip them. Why? Because the enemy don't come when we get grown. The enemy come when we babies. Let's talk about it. The enemy comes when we are babies. So what you mean, let's not equip them? What you mean, let's not speak life into them? What you mean, let's not alert them of how the enemy is going to come towards them? Good afternoon. Welcome in. All right. I got you. Let me pull out my prayer booklet. But absolutely, y'all. So what you mean, don't equip them? What you mean, don't help them build a relationship with God? What you mean, don't let them know what their power is? What you mean, don't equip them for those things? Because like I said, the enemy is coming at us young. I like in this verse how they show you exactly how the enemy do. He did things that crush your spirit, to make you feel like you'll never get up from that moment. Let me write you down really quick. We're going to touch and agree. All right, I'm going to make sure I put you in my book. All right, y'all. But absolutely, y'all, that's how the enemy is. And that's why I tell y'all, equip y'all kids. Equip them. Spend time with them. Spend time with the word with them, even when they don't even understand. It's some things that was told to me that I didn't understand, but now that I'm an adult, I understand it now. And I thank God for it, because when I did look for help in some kind of way, I could have went to I could have went to anything. Wish I did go to a lot of things. But I could have went to anything. But it was some about some of the things that was placed in me as a kid that I was able to utilize because it was placed in me, and I didn't understand it when I was doing it. I didn't understand why they had us at the front of the church calling on Jesus. I didn't understand those things, but now that I'm an adult and I went through some things, I understand it now. You know what I'm saying? I didn't understand why they made us quote Bible scriptures. You know how kids nowadays be having papers up there? We couldn't do that. We couldn't do that. We had to memorize it. I didn't understand then why we had to memorize our word because we need to be equipped. I didn't understand those things. So even when it comes to the Bible verse, have them tell you Bible verses. Help them understand what they mean. Because when the enemy come towards them, didn't we just talk about that? They need to have their sword, which is the word. All right, y'all. All right, y'all. But you know what I'm saying? Like, the enemy will come and he will try to break you. But I love when they always say, who report you gonna believe? And that's what season I'm in. And Chantel, who report you gonna believe? After all God has done for you, who report are you gonna believe? All right, y'all. But where we at, y'all? 12 says, but the more the Egyptians oppressed them, the more the enemy try to come towards us. Let's talk about it, y'all. The more the Egyptians oppressed them, the more the Israelites multiply and spread. Can't do nothing with you. No matter what he do. No matter what he do, because when I think about everything that I went through, the enemy probably brought used my past against me to make me feel less than, because I ain't gonna lie, I told y'all I was getting lead in the ring. I was getting whooped, but when I got up, you know what I'm saying? When my father got me up, I was up there, I ain't gonna lie, I was up there like, I don't know, Lord, I'm scared. But when my father got me up and I understood my power, I was like, oh, you meant for bad, but my God, he utilized it for good, because I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna tell my sister and brother, yeah, you toe up now. Because I'm gonna tell them, my sister and brother, I was there too. I was there too, but now I don't play with the enemy or them spirits or anything that try to come up against me. Now I talk to them like a little kid. Go sit down. Yeah. Now I talk to them like a disrespectful child. Go sit down. Go sit over there. You know what I'm saying? No, over there. That's what I said. You know what I'm saying? I redirect them and I let them know, hey, sis, welcome in. You get what I'm saying? Like, I love though. I never stop saying this quote. I'm a different fighter now. You know what I'm saying? When you got me at first, you had me, and it's because my foundation was not set. But now it's a whole different ball game because I know who my source is. I didn't know my source. When I was young, I didn't know my source. I knew his name. I knew who to call on, but I didn't know him. I didn't have that relationship. I didn't understand the things that he would do for me. I didn't understand the things that he promised me, and all I had to do was walk in it. I didn't know that. Shoot, I thought what I was taught was what I was supposed to do, but that's how the world is. That's how the world is. But y'all, absolutely, that's how the world is. And I love this because it just go to show you that God works the same. God works the same, y'all. Even though I'm over here talking about Moses, we can think of a point in our life where the enemy tried to do the same thing to us. All right, y'all. And God said, oh no, I'm going to utilize that for their good. I'm going to work it all out. We can go to a moment where we felt like giving up, or we didn't feel good enough, or we didn't want to keep on doing these things. And guess what? God still works the same. Oh no, not my child. You see how even up in here, how the Pharisees, how he tried to do his children, God like, actually I'm going to multiply it. Actually, I'm going to give them more power. Thank you, welcome in. God bless you. But actually, I'm going to give them more power. I'm going to give them more hope. I'm going to give them more love. You know what I'm saying? Like, the enemy can't do nothing with you. He never could. He never will. In the moment that you begin to walk in those things and ask yourself, who report am I going to believe? I know what the world said. I know what my past said. But at what point are we going to be like the woman with the issue of blood, and we're not going to look back, but we're going to look forward? Okay, that's my big don't believe. So you telling me that you have sacrificed your life and you said, God, you know what? I'm going to walk in your will and your way, and you still going to believe what the enemy said? You sure? Your actions ain't aligning up. And one thing I've learned about God is God show up. So when I don't turn into a pillow, so come on. You better listen. Come on, BB. Let them know what we gonna do. And you know what? I might fall short, but I'm gonna get right back up. I'm gonna get right back up, because you do not know whose I am. Do you not know whose I am? Do you not know who carry me? Do you not know who walk ahead of me? Do you not know who lead me, who guide me? Do you not know who I cry to? Do you not know who I go to when I get to that point when I don't feel like I'm enough, when I don't feel worthy enough? So the enemy will use that and he'll make you feel like you less than. But do you forget who I run to when I don't feel good? Do you understand what power he has? He's the creator of all things. What you mean? So do you understand that even when you try to break me, you still can't break me? Jesus told Paul, my powers work best in your weakness. So what you mean? Even when you try to take me down, you can't. I cannot be touched. Oh, and we got to start walking in that mindset. Thank you for the share, love. Even at my lowest, you cannot touch me. Even at my weakest, you can't touch me. Oh, man, what? Do you not know who I cry to when I get weak? You know what I'm saying? You laugh because I cried. You laugh because you thought what you did broke me. But do you not know who I go to when I feel weak? Do you not get it? Do you not get that you just led me to my Father? Do you not get that you were doing free labor? All right. Hey, sister girl. Welcome in. Welcome in. Thank you for the share. Thank you for the share, knowledge. Thank you. Thank you for the love as well. Thank you so much. Welcome in, Chosen. But yeah, do you not know whose I am? Okay, I'm clean. Okay. Do you not know whose I am? That's why I'm telling people, like, people will try to come and break you. And it's like, dang, do you not know who I run to when you break me? Do you not know who I run to when things don't work out? Do you not know? Like, you ain't doing it but free labor. Thank you. Come again. And guess what? Every time I fall short, you know who I run to when I fall short? You know who I say, Father, forgive me too when I fall short? You know what else I tell him? Change my heart and my mind, because guess what? If I'm aware enough to know that I did wrong, then listen. Don't you know that that's conviction? Don't you know I need that? Don't you know that that's my Father giving me a mirror reflection of who I am and how I can change? Do you not get it? Do you not get the things that I am saying to you? So when I tell you, it don't matter who come up against you. It don't matter about no free labor. Let them do the free labor. That's all that is. Because do you not know who I run to? That's all I be trying to. Welcome to the family, sister girl. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Do you not know who I run to? Hey, Lonnie, welcome in, brother. Like, if you knew who I ran to, you wouldn't even try to cause me no harm. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I tell you, once you take your eyes off of what you're going through and pay attention to where it's leading you to and how you can grow and you can become better, and it can only equip you, and you take your mind off what the enemy tried to play in your face with and make you feel like, oh, you less than, God don't love you. God, man, please get up out of here. Every day I wake up, guess what? That's another opportunity. I don't care what you draw at me, because all I do is go back to my Father. All I do is build that relationship stronger and stronger. All I do is learn how to lean on him more. Oh, yeah, you took them. That's fine. You took those material things. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't realize that. Like, you ain't injured me. It's a song that says you did not injure me at all. You ain't injured me. You helped heal me, crazy. Thank you, free label. Because when I went and I told my Father about it, he's the healer, right? All he needs is my yes. All he needs is, Father, if you'll do it, I'm right here. So, do your job, and I'm going to do mine, and that's to go to my Father. So, we'll draw even. All right. If God is for me, who can be against me? Okay, you're not doing nothing. Welcome to the family, Liz. You're not doing nothing but free labor. Keep coming. Keep coming. That's why I tell people, if you're going to hit me with your best shot. Make sure that I'm breathless when you're done. Make sure I'm sliding down the wall when you're done, because I'm a crybaby. I'm a crybody. So when I tell you, make sure I'm sliding down the wall when you get done hit me to a point where I'm, God, but you know how you get that when you get toe up real bad, you get that whipping real bad, and it leave you breathless. You know, you get that lick that have you up there. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Make sure that's what you get. Make sure that's what you got. Yeah, cause when I get up, I ain't getting up alone. All right, y'all. When I get up, I'm not getting up alone. All right, y'all. All right, y'all. Let's go to 15. I want y'all to see what he tried to do. So when the Pharaoh, whatever his name is, whatever he is, y'all know what he is, that man. when he the Egyptian, the head of the Egyptians, that's what we gonna call him. I don't give people no power, y'all. I be like, let me get that power back. That's my father name. Yeah, let me get that back. Let me get that back from you, Buki. You know what I'm saying? I don't be giving them no power. So the leaders of the Egyptians right here in this story, y'all be tearing them up real bad. I don't give them no power. That's why I be telling people. People be, man, I heard Tiffany and it blessed me when she said take territory back. That's the problem. Y'all scared. I ain't scared. I ain't scared to take no territory back. You can't tell me I can't do this, and the third, because somebody else just took a name and put it on top of it. No, my father is the creator of all things. Some things I'll take territory back. I'm real rude. Cause who? Mm, you don't work for that name. You don't know all of his children. You don't deserve that name. You know what I'm saying? You don't know how many pieces of hairs is on our head. Give it back. You know what I'm saying? You gotta work for that. Who told you that? Welcome in, welcome in. But who told you that? Like, give me that. Give me that too. While you at it. But 15 says I'm loyal, y'all. You know I'm loyal, and I used to be loyal to people, but now I'm loyal to God. You know what I'm saying? I used to be loyal to people, so I'll be the most coolest person until you mess with somebody that I fool with. Now I'm about to fly off the handle. Sweetest person ever till you mess with somebody I fool with. Now I'm about to fly off the handle. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they did wrong, but they my wrong. Come here, my wrong. You know what I'm saying? That's how loyal I was. Like, and it's like now I'm loyal to God. So, and him don't do no wrong. So y'all can say whatever y'all want to say, but we not taking it over here. You gonna be respectful. All right. But 15 is going to talk about, so when he wasn't man enough to do his dirty work, he tried to place the blood on somebody else's hand. Man, you got some people, like, I'm gonna give y'all a good worldly example. Let's say somebody don't like you. So instead, I'm giving y'all a worldly example. It's a bunch of examples that we can go by. So instead of them coming for you because they scared, they can't do nothing with you, they send somebody else to do the dirty work. They go tell this person you said this about them. They tell them you did this about them. They try to paint you out to be a bad person. You know what I'm saying? They figure out everything. So they in so many ways they build up them little army. But instead of sending you, they send their little minion that they just made. They just made angry at you, bitter at you, all of those things. You know what I'm saying? It's some people out there in the world, they don't know nothing about you. They don't know your first and your last name. They never been even around you, but they hate your guts. You know what I'm saying? Then the enemy's so nasty, he'll send somebody around who hate their guts. He'll send somebody around who hates their guts, and the only picture they got of you is what that person said. They don't know you from here to there, but that's how it is. That's how it is nasty. When I'm scared enough, when I'm too scared to stand up and do it, I'm gonna place the blame on somebody else. I'm gonna put the blood on somebody else's hands. So let's see how he tried to put the blood on somebody else's hands. Let's see, y'all. It says the Pharaoh, the king of, I mean, the Ming, we're gonna call him the Ming. The Pharaoh, the Ming of Egypt, the leader of Egypt, let's say that, gave this order to the Hebrews midwife, Shapira, Power, whatever her name. When you help, when you help the Hebrew women as they give birth, watch as they deliver. If the baby is a boy, kill him. If it is a girl, let her live. So do y'all see how he was too scared to do the dirty work? Because you got to think about it. He said earlier, thank you, Janie. Welcome to the family. Welcome in. But y'all see how, like, he was scared to do it himself? Because he said earlier, hey, it's too many of them. They're very powerful. He described all of those things. But do you see how he tried to get somebody else to do his dirty work? Come on. He tried. Okay, Chi-Town, they represent y'all. You know what I'm saying? They represent. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never met nobody from Chicago up on here who didn't represent and let us know, hey, before I come up in here, this is Chi-Town. We coming through. All right, sis, welcome in. Welcome in. You know what I'm saying? But y'all, do y'all see how he tried to take the blood off his hand? He tried to do something he could live with. Because we already know he was scared. You know what I'm saying? In so many words, we already knew that he was scared that they was going to overpower him. He seen the power within him. He seen everything that they carried. Ain't that how the enemy work? And they let y'all know the enemy work the same too. How God worked the same, so does the enemy. It's just, he always get very crafty with it. And that's the scary part. Thank you for the share, sis. That's the scary part about when somebody is walking out the will of God and you try to be nice to them and let them know, like, hey, I see you. The enemy don't do nothing but get more crafty. So you wonder why that person, after you just confronted them and told them how you felt, you done been vulnerable with them, and they still do the same thing that you done told them you don't like. He don't do nothing but get more crafty, more sneaky about doing it. You still end up seeing it because God don't play by his children. But you can bet they ain't gonna do nothing but get sneaky with it. You know what I'm saying? If their hearts are in the wrong place, they ain't gonna do nothing but get sneaky with it. If their hearts are in the right place, then, you know, they'll work on changing those things. Hey, I'm not perfect. I'm working on it. I promise you. They'll be vulnerable with you. And their actions will start to show, not just their words, their actions will start to show, like, hey, my bad. You know what I'm saying? I'd have been checked and I had to say, you know what? You right. My bad. I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that no more. You know what I'm saying? Letting the enemy use me however he wants to. And it's like, I don't want to be... You know what I'm saying? So you can see right here what he tried to do his dirty work. But let me tell you, let's keep on reading because I want y'all to understand what she did. Because she said, nah. It says, if the baby is a boy, kill him. And if it is a girl, let her live. But because the midwife feared God, and y'all, we done talked about what the fear of the Lord is. We know that Job 28:28 tells us that true wisdom is to have fear for God, respect for God, and then to turn away from evil. So you can see what all he was doing. And because she had respect for God, and because she was wise, she said, oh no. Now I'm not going to tell y'all what she ended up telling him because I want y'all to go read it. I'm going to skip that. You know what I'm saying? But all in all, she did not do it because she had the fear of God. She refused to obey the king's order. So even though, the dean's order. So even though, he said, what she say? So even though, don't do that. Good morning. Welcome in, brother. So even though, he was over them, he was the leader over them, she was like, baby, let me tell you something. Because even in the Bible, it tells us, don't be scared of people. Be scared of God who can destroy our soul in our body. All right, so she was like, you ain't bigger than God, baby. You thought he thought he was bigger than a program. Y'all know how y'all got people in y'all life that still like, and they like, no, I'm bigger than the program. No, you're not bigger than the program, sir. That's what she had to tell him. Hey, you can do whatever you want to do with me. And she knew the risk of what she was doing, but she had to let him know that you ain't bigger than the program. I understand your position and it's cute, but you ain't bigger than the program. Hey, Chanel, welcome in, sis. I pray I said that right. But welcome to the family. Wow, and amen. Yes, ma'am. He thought he was bigger than the program. She said, no, I understand your position. And yeah, I can see you with my eyes, but that's what makes me not fear you. I am walking in the will of my Father. Hey, T. William, because she could have, baby, she said, this is crazy. And she was going to have that blood all over her hand. And guess what? He was going to be okay with it. He was going to be okay with it. You do it. I don't want to do it, but I want you to do it. You do it on the low. She said, baby, I don't serve you. Yeah, you're the leader of here, but you're not my leader. And people be wondering why I don't pay attention to a lot of things that's going on in the world. Because who is they? They ain't my God. Alright, so what I gotta go and watch and see what everything else is going on, what is done is gonna be done. It don't matter what I do. I can sit up here and I can worry my hair out my head. But guess what? What's done is done. And guess what? When it's over, it's over. I see y'all later. See y'all in heaven. I pray to God y'all make it there. Because I'm making. I'm claiming my spot. I don't care. I believe it with everything. I'm like the one with It's Your Blood. I already spoke it. I'm there. I'm there, okay? Thank you. All right. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? So, I hope I see y'all when I see y'all there, because it is what it is. We all got a sign. I told y'all we like bread. Y'all new brother, don't let no man distract your destiny. Man, woman, house, cat, dog. Because I'm telling you, it'll be stuff that you ain't even paying attention to that got your attention. It'll be stuff that you ain't even paying attention to that's distracting you. Stuff that's, you know what I'm saying? It seems like it's right because it's the right thing to do. But if God never designed you to do that, then it is in your way of what God got for you to do. All right, y'all. That's why I tell y'all, you need to submit to God. You need to submit to God. And if you're not doing it out of love, then just maybe it ain't your assignment. Because it tells us in the love chapter, y'all. I didn't know it was called the love chapter. It's so cute. I love y'all, so y'all will see me get excited about it. But I didn't know it was called the love chapter or whatever. So, it says it in the love chapter that if you can give away everything you own, but if you never did it out of love, then you've done nothing. Your heaven's bank account is negative. Like I tell y'all, and matter of fact, something I ain't told y'all in a long time. Check that phone records. Is y'all heaven's phone record? Is it a lot or is it a little bit? If it's a little bit, you get back into it. Yeah, spend time with your father. Start back calling that heaven's phone line. Yeah, tell them everything every day. I don't care, little or small. You know how you got them certain people that you call and you tell everything to? How about you replace them and put your father there, a healer, a provider, a protector, a leader? How about you put him in position and get them out of position? That's why I tell people, that's why we lose so much, because we put people in God's position. And Chantel, I'm talking about myself. Because, baby, if you take the wrong people, I'm over there about to lose it. But now I be like, I like you. I really do. I love you to death. Thank you. I really love you to death. But if you think I'm going to be walking around here without you, baby, you see this right here? Look. If I can do this without you, I don't need you. I want you. And I'm blessed you here, but don't get it twisted. Don't think you bigger than the program, baby, because you know what? Before I did have you as bigger than the program. I did. But no, I'm good now. You know what I'm saying? You blessed if you own the program. Me too. That's all I'm trying to tell people. You know what I'm saying? I be up there like, God, can I please be a part of the program? Can I at least pass out the programs? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? People think they bigger than the program. Oh, you think you God. That's why I can't hang with everybody. Because some people really do think that they are God. And they don't try to. They don't know no better. Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Some people really think they are. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you cool or whatever, but calm down, boo. You cool or whatever. Calm down. And let me tell y'all something that I learned. I don't want to be God in nobody's life. That's a heavy load to carry. You know what I'm saying? Do you know all the things that God do in our life? And do you know how we turn against God and we treat God? You know how we sin? Anyway, we be like Eve. We know everything God told us not to do, and we still do it. Do you think I'd be able to do that? I couldn't be God, because I would, woo! After so long, I've been a guy, y'all, including me. I've been a guy, y'all. Like, I ain't got time for this. I sure don't, but God is so pleasing. He's so pleasant. He's so loving. He's so caring. He's so graceful. He's so merciful. He's such a father to us. My God, he's such a father to us that he'll accept us back in like we ain't do nothing. What? You mean I done did all these things and you still gonna use me? You still love me? You still don't deem me as worthy enough to go and tell somebody about you? What? You like me that much? Okay. No, you don't like me. You love me. It's so crazy because the world will give you the wrong definition of love, and you'll be out there. I don't want to love no more. The enemy got you. Go take your love back. A great father. Let them know the enemy got you. Go get what God promised you, baby. He got you. He got you. Yeah, that ain't love. You want me to help you identify that that's not love? I know you grew up watching that. That's cute. I know that that's what they got up on these movies. I know that that's what your favorite celebrity is doing. But that ain't love, baby. You read your word? Have you read 1 Corinthians chapter 13, or it was just me? Do you understand what's said up in there? Now, that is love. All right, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, have you read in John's? Where Jesus, where God sacrificed his only son? And Jesus died for our sins? He sacrificed for us? And some of us won't even sacrifice for ourselves. And you'll say, Chantel, what you mean by that? We will do things that we know mean us no good. Sin, all those things. No, we ain't gonna get nothing good out of it. And we'll still do it. And then say, oh, I love myself. Cute. I'm so glad your father loved you more. I'm so glad. I'm talking to myself, y'all. I ain't talking to y'all. I'm talking about myself. Because I'm so glad my father loved me more. Because, I was so up. I'm not even going to sit right here and tell y'all no story. Like, your girl was so up. But, yes, y'all. And then we're going to go and we're going to read chapter 2. And I just wanted to let y'all know how he was positioned. I want to let y'all know how he was positioned, y'all. He was positioned even as a baby. Moses was positioned even as a baby. And let me go up to 22. I don't know why my notes is everywhere, but they is everywhere. I tell you. But 22, good thing I really like to read and go through it. Because if not, we will be everywhere. But we're going to go back up to 22. Anybody just coming in? Exodus chapter 1, verse 22. It says, Then Pharaoh gave this order to all his people. Throw every newborn Hebrew boy into the Nile River, but you may let the girls live. Y'all see what's going on? Y'all see what's happening? Why do these keep on happening? Oh man, lions and tigers and bears. But yeah, y'all see what happened? So in reality, Moses was supposed to be unalived. And I love this because when you think about us and how much we've all been through, and for the ones who has faced death a couple of times, and maybe one time, hopefully it was no times, but you know that you were looking death in the face. You know what I'm saying? Whether you was fighting a spiritual battle, whether your life was threatened, whether you know what I'm saying? Anything, all those things that you've been through that you know, like I said, that some people went through and they didn't make it out, right? Just in case you don't understand what I'm saying. Because some of us don't look like our situation. We don't feel like our situation was a life or death situation because it's a norm. But anything that you can look at from somebody else and realize that you didn't even waking up. Somebody didn't wake up today. Nah, somebody didn't wake up. Somebody didn't say goodbye to their loved one. You know what I'm saying? Even those things we don't realize. We're getting positioned and we're favored. Yeah, even those things, we don't even realize those things. We got another opportunity to get up and try it again. So a lot of people look over things like that, but you don't need no long list. That's why I tell people, you don't need no long list to say how good God is. You don't need all you got to do is look around. All you got to do is say, oh, I'm up, my eyes working, my mouth working. You know what I'm saying? I'm breathing in and out oxygen. I can see, I can hear. You ain't got to look far to know that God is good. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I woke up today. You know what I'm saying? All you got to do is look at something else and realize that somebody ain't even got what you got. And then maybe that'll make you just step back and be grateful for where you are. But Moses was positioned even as a kid, because we're gonna read about too. Because we know Moses' destiny was to be thrown into the Nile River. But what I love this because it reminds us that what God got for you. That's why at first I used to be somebody who wanted so much control. And that's why I tell people I understand this season that I'm in because God has placed me in a moment where I ain't got hardly no control, right? And I'm right where He want me at because He is my source, and I know that. You know what I'm saying? He is my source. You got no control, but don't you go out and ask for anything either. He is my source, and I'm learning that in this season. You know what I'm saying? Um, so gotta put you in a position. I had to learn that. You know what I'm saying? That God placed me in position where I had no control because I used to be somebody who wanted control over everything. And I was about to drive myself crazy. Didn't realize it. That I was about to drive myself crazy because I was trying to do the work that only God could do. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to carry a weight that only God could carry. You know what I'm saying? Because it's only so much that I can do. You know what I'm saying? And when you get to a point where you can't do much more, they go that anxiety, that depression, that anger, that bitter, that rage. All of those things because you want control over something that was never meant for you to have, right? But what I had to learn, Chantel, what God got for you, it don't matter who come up against it. You want to know your biggest enemy? Huh? It ain't what they said. It ain't what they did. It's what you do. You your Goliath. So many times we think people is our Goliath, but your biggest enemy is you. Because I think about Saul. Because Saul wasn't walking in obedience, he missed his chance. He missed his opportunity. So when I tell you what God got for you, it don't matter what nobody do or say. It don't matter how the enemy comes up against it. Be in position. That's all. That's all I got for y'all is that be in position. Yes, what we think and what we do. Absolutely. Who report are you gonna believe? Be in position. Be in position. That's it. Because Moses was in position even as a baby. And that reminds you that everything that you went through, God equipped you. It was necessary. All of those mistakes that you made, it was necessary. But now that your veil has been released, because apparently you had to go through those things, because a lot of us didn't do better because we didn't know better. So if that don't scream to you that everything I went through, God, I'm sorry I didn't pay you attention. I'm sorry I didn't call on you. But I wouldn't be who I am right now. I wouldn't be as humble as I am if I would have did it before. I wouldn't be able to go and tell somebody else because I would have walked around, like I said, I would have walked around with a righteous spirit and I would have known don't nobody want to serve my God. Yeah, because if your God have you acting like that, then that's not the same God that's in his word. You know what I'm saying? I would have served everything else. I would have served putting on the act for people. I would have served trying to have it like I got it all put together. I wouldn't have known what grace was for myself. I wouldn't have been able to grace other people. I would have thought that I wouldn't have had the wrong understanding of God and his works. You know what I'm saying? So when I tell you everything that you went through, it was necessary. You were supposed to. That's why the veil, it wasn't lifted from your eyes. Somebody need to hear your testimony. God used that moment as an opportunity for somebody else. It's a sacrifice. This walk is a sacrifice. It's not about you or me. It's about God. It's about drawing people closer to God. It's about teaching people and helping people learn about seeking the kingdom. Not because it's a prison sentence. That's how people try to make it. But hey, I want to see you live. I want to see you live. I want to see you do great works. I want to see you tell somebody about all the things that you've been through with a smile. I want to see you in peace. I want to see your heart smile. I want to see you do great and amazing things. You know what I'm saying? And that's important. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people think that you will force God on them. That's why I don't force God. Like I said, you got to want it. And this season, you got to want it. I'm not forcing God on nobody. As much as I talk about God and I tell people about God, hey, sis, strengthen God. Come on. Come on. You got to want it. And that's just the God honest truth. I don't want nobody around me and saying, oh, well, I'm going to serve God because Chantel served. No, because now you made me your God. You got to want God, not me. Not me. Because I'm funny acting. And I tell people that. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I'm sweet, I'm cool. But then I get to a point where I will lose my mind if we around each other too much. Because now I need to go sit in a hole by myself. Now I need to go spend time with my father because my head is crowded and you keep calling me and I understand you love. Thank you. Okay? I understand you love me. Get it, got it. But I love me too. So that means I like to sit in the presence of myself. 349 people viewing. Ooh, I hope y'all learning something. But I like to go and sit in the presence of my father. Yeah. I like to spend time with my father. I like to hear my own thoughts. You know what I'm saying? 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 I love people. That's why I'm saying versus God. God is there anytime you need him. God is there anytime you need him. Anytime you call, he's coming. But then you got me. I'm not coming every time. I'm no. Hey. Some things you gotta sit by yourself, and even because I don't love you, but baby, what make you think that I can go out here and tell people about God and then the enemy just sit beside me and say, I'm gonna make your life good? It's just in spite of everything, I know who God is to me. So yeah, you're gonna see me get up here with a smile. You're gonna see me get up here with a contagious smile. You're gonna see me get up here with a contagious spirit. You're gonna see me get up here and tell people about God in spite of everything that I've been through. Because I know who God has been in my life. You know what I'm saying? Even because my life is just going so bubbles and giggles. What make you think somebody can walk in the will of God, tell people about God, draw people close to God, and he gonna make it easy for them? All right, life be busy, and I love those still moments, okay? All right, y'all. So when I tell you God is everlasting, so many times we try to make everybody God, but God, like I said, that's the only thing about, like, moving in the spirit versus moving out of flesh is that flesh is weak. Yeah, flesh is weak. Flesh is weak. Do you hear me? Flesh will have you in some places you know you aren't supposed to be at. That's why I tell people, when it come to love, y'all need to slow these kids down. Boyfriend and girlfriend, hey, I'm 28 years old figuring out what love is. And what I've learned about it is that if you don't utilize it right, that's anything that you get, right? It could be something that's so good, but if you use it improperly, you can mess up some things. Listen, I'm 28 years old figuring out what love is. And guess what? I still ain't figured it all out. Even though the wording is there, I'm still learning, asking God to help me walk in it. I'm still processing it in my brain. And that's why I'm telling y'all, that's why so many young kids are taking each other out, because they don't even understand what they picking up. And then they go and they pick up these things and not knowing the true identity of what love is. And I'm talking about us too, because I was 19. Didn't have a clue what love was. You know what I'm saying? Running off of trauma, brokenness, hurt. You know what I'm saying? A worldly ideal of what love is. My foundation was not set. So do you understand what I'm saying? 29 years old figuring out what love is. And listen, that's why I tell people this boyfriend and girlfriend stuff, okay? That's why so many of them is doing what they're doing to each other, because they don't even got a clue. All right, love is a powerful thing if you utilize it right. But like I tell people, like, you really need to equip your children 100% because and teach them to build their relationship with God. Because slow down and be still. Amen. Because I'm going to tell you something. When you don't know what love truly is, you don't know the actions of love, you understand the word, you don't know the actions of love, you'll be like Samson. And guess what, y'all? I've been there. You know what I'm saying? I've been there, and I still fight with it in some kind of way. You'll be like Samson. Samson seen everything that she was doing and still end up giving her the way to knock him down because he loved her. But she didn't love him back. You get it? She didn't love him back. You know what I'm saying? So what I tell people, like that show For My Man, you wonder why so many people up on that show, because they have took the word love and twisted and turned it and used it in their own way, just like the enemy, right? How he know the word, he take it, he twist it, and he turn it like he did Eve, and he used it in his own way. That's how they doing it. And then you got everybody walking around, I don't want love. You just spoke death into your life. God is love. God is love. You just spoke death into your life. God is love. You get what we going to here? God is love. So what you mean you don't want love? You denying God? That's what the enemy wants you to do. That's why he had so many people break you down, beat you down, and then put love on top of it. And I ain't saying they don't love you, but if they ain't got God as their source, then they about to worldly love you. And which love you want. Like I tell people, y'all want that fairy tale, everything. And it's not, and this is my thing. People call somebody treating you right as fairy tale. That's not a fairy tale. If we stop living in fleshly ways, if we start submitting to God, you understand it's not a fairy tale to treat people wrong. I mean to treat people right. That's not a fairy tale. That's what we should do. It's a fairy tale to treat people right. You see how the world has twisted and turned us and made us believe all them crazy things? But hey, but Exodus, y'all, I'm gonna get this out next week. Oh my. Put me in the word and I'll sit in it. But let's go to, we was reading 1 and 10, Exodus chapter 2, verse 1 and 1 through 10. So it says, and I'm just telling you how Moses was positioned as a baby. It said, about this time, a man and a woman from the tribe of Levi got married. The woman became pregnant and gave birth to a son. She saw that he was a special baby and kept him hidden for 3 months. But when she could no longer hide him, she got a basket made of papyrus, reeds, and waterproof. I probably told that word up. But it was but waterproofed it with tar and pitch. She put the baby in the basket and laid it among the reeds along the bank of the Nile River. The baby's sister then stood at a distance, watching to see what would happen. Soon, Pharaoh's daughter came down to bathe in the river, and her attendants walked along the riverbank. When the princess saw the basket among the reeds, she sent her maid to get it for her. When the princess opened it, she saw the baby. The little boy was crying, and she felt sorry for him. This must be one of the Hebrews' children, she said. And then 7 says, then the baby's sister approached the princess. Should I go and find? Do y'all see how it was positioned? Like the little sister, so basically Moses' sister, right? It says the baby's sister approached the princess. She stood at a distance. She watched. Do y'all see how he was positioned? His destiny was supposed to be unalive with all the rest of the boys, all the rest of the Hebrew boys. But do y'all see how he was positioned? His mama held him as long as she could. When she could no longer, oh, a thought, right? A thought, right? And then she sent him along the Nile River, and the little sister, she watched from a distance. And at some point, while she was doing everything that she was doing, the little sister approached the princess. Should I go and find one of the Hebrew women to nurse the baby for you? She asked. Yes. She said, yes, do. The princess replied. So the girl went and called the baby's mother. Do y'all understand how that was all positioned? So his mother got to raise him. His mother will not truly raise him, but she was able to nurse him from a child up, and he made it. Y'all see how all that was positioned? So when I tell y'all what God got for you, the only thing that can stop you from that is you. You know what I'm saying? You could be like Saul, and you could be disobedient. You can walk out of it. Hey, sunshine lady. Or you can follow and believe in everything that God called you to be. All right, y'all. Whichever one you choose, it's up to you, though, you know? But I just said that just to let y'all know, like, no matter what they do, it's all in position. God is all in the works. So it says, so she went and called the baby's mother, Take this baby and nurse him for me, the princess told the baby's mother. I will pay you for your help. And she ended up getting help for taking care of, she ended up getting paid for taking care of her own child. I ain't saying that's the big picture, but I'm just saying, like, how a sacrifice is. She had to give up her child with mom. And I ain't say, I'm not talking about the people who be okay with giving up their child and be doing stuff to their children. I'm not talking about them, and God, I ain't judging them. But I'm not talking about them, but I'm talking about the ones who maybe want to watch their kids every step that they make. They want to be right there. You know what I'm talking about? Them mamas who have to tell themselves, girl, that's God child, give him back, give him back, give him back, give him back. Because I know that's the kind of mama I'm be. I'm going to be the mama who have to sit in the corner and say, give him back, give him back, give him back, give him back. I'm going to need some friends to remind me, girl, give him back, that's God child, that's God child. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the ones who truly care. Imagine you giving your child up as a sacrifice and then your child end up coming back to you in position, but you get paid to take care of your own child. Okay. But I thought that was pretty neat and very okay, sacrifice. Because it was a sacrifice for her, putting her child out there not knowing what would happen. But it was a thought. It all started with a thought. 365 people, okay? 365 days, I think. Or was it 360? Never mind. So let's go on. It says, take this baby and nurse him for me, the princess told the baby's mother. I will pay you for your help. So the woman took her baby home and nursed him. Later, when the boy was older, the mom brought him back to Pharaoh's daughter, who adopted him as her own son. The princess named him Moses, for she explained, I lifted him out of the water. Now, I like this because Moses was always, you can see that he was favored. He was favored. She said, yes, 365 days of the year. Why you do that? I'm screaming, y'all. Y'all don't do me. I said it. I just, for some reason, 364 came up too. Is that leap year? I ain't slow, y'all. I just be processing it. Is that leap year 364? Because that's a number for some too. All right, y'all. Let me position my legs, okay? Because we done been here for a minute. How long we done been here? Oof. All right, we about to get out. Anytime I go late, I come in late, I always end up spending a long time. And I feel like that'd be my punishment. Because I be doing stuff that I know I shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? Not in a bad way, but in a way of, are you positioning yourself right to serve God? So, yeah, because this really wasn't that long. It just, So boom, y'all. Let's go to 11. I also want to point that one out. It says many years later, when Moses, I talked about how Moses had favored. You gotta think he was kind of like Joseph. Instead of Moses did it from a little boy on up. Moses was favored. You know what I'm saying? I want you to pay attention to that point right there because I think back on some things. You know how like with some kids, they can have access to things that other kids did not have. So it's kind of hard for them to see past everything that they've been through because they never seen it. But then God will position them, this one of them out of the bunch to see things so they'll know that those things are doable. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes God will give us access to some things that we were never promised according to our past or according to where we came from. And he'll do that to remind us, hey, this is what I can give you. This is what I'm going to bless you with. I don't think God give us access things not to bless us with certain things. So you can see here, Moses was positioned. You know what I'm saying? He was positioned before he even knew. He had access to things before he even knew why. All right, y'all. And then we're going to go to Exodus chapter 2, verse 11. It says, many years later when Moses had grown up, he went out to visit his own people, the Hebrews, and he saw how hard they were forced to work. During his visit, he saw an Egyptian beating one of his fellow Hebrews. After looking in all directions to make sure no one was watching, Moses killed the Egyptians and hid the body in the sand. Thank you, sis. Thank you so much. Y'all are so, thank y'all so much. So much. I appreciate y'all. I know I said that twice. Sometimes I do that. But let me go to 12. Let me finish off 12. It says, after looking, okay, I did. Now, this is what I want to pull from my notes, because I know I said just a good in my notes, because I got so many thoughts when it comes to 11 and 12. But I want to make sure that I get out the main points that I seen, that I was blessed enough in my spirit to see. It said he put down his life for someone else. He was considered an Egyptian. So even though he was positioned higher, he still had a heart for his people. And do that not remind y'all of God? Even though he was positioned higher, he still, and that's why I tell people, like, you know God's children because we have characteristics of our Father. So even though he was positioned higher, even though he was favored, even though he really wasn't considered a Hebrews, really, he was really treated like an Egyptian, like a prince. He was really treated like that, but he still had a heart for his people. Because when nobody was looking, he went against what he felt was wrong. Was it right what he did? No. I'm not telling anybody to go out there and do that. That's not what I'm saying. We got a command. And one of them is not to do what Moses did and not to judge Moses. We learn from him. But I said even though he was raised up as an Egyptian, he was still a Hebrew. Like us, no matter how far we go away from God. Yeah, y'all, that hit. Like us, no matter how far we go away from God, we still his children. And it shows. Yep. Through all of our wrong, it still shows that we're still his. You know what I'm saying? The favor that we get, that we know I don't deserve this. I know I don't deserve this. And God still give us favor. When we're pulled away from things, he loves us. When I tell y'all, I had to breathe before I said that, because when you think about all the brokenness, all the things that you did, that didn't say I was God's child, and he still loved you in spite of. That reminds you why you're still worthy enough. Get up. Get up. Get up. Go back to your Father. He still loves you. He still wants you. Moses just unalived somebody. He just unalived somebody. He unalived somebody, but he was still God's. He still was able to be used in spite of. And I had another note. I know I did. I said, no matter how far we go away from God, we're still his children. His children. He had to position. So when you think about Moses probably would have never came out of that. He never would have came out from under Pharaoh if he hadn't murdered that person. If it wasn't for that, and I'm gonna go on and read this and make sure that y'all understand, because I know we read the book. And then, we watched the movie. And in the movie, he was forgiven. But in the Bible, no, he wasn't. Yeah, so that's why I tell people, read your word before you watch. Even though I watched the movie as a little girl, but I just watched it as a cartoon. I didn't watch it as, oh, one day I'm going to need this. Welcome in, love is. One day I'm going to need this. I didn't realize that. So when I watched it, amen, I found out that I had been going the wrong way about getting it right. Absolutely. So when I watched it, and I think back on that part, and then I read the Bible, and it tells me, and we're going to see why I said that he had to. And that goes back to us. Everything that we did wrong, those mistakes, we had to. You know what I'm saying? Ain't it funny at some point God released the veil and you could never go back to being the same person you were? You may slip up, but the way that conviction hit you, you be like, I don't want to do that no more. I can't do that no more. You know what I'm saying? The way that conviction hit you, hey, Lakin. Did I say it right? It's not Lakeland. It's Lakeland. Lakin. Welcome in. But yeah, y'all. He had to. Even when it came to it, how else was he going to get out of there in the position that he was? And we're going to read it. So like I said, in the movie, it makes it as if he had the option to come back. In the Bible, it doesn't. We're gonna read it and we're gonna understand how we know that he had to. What he did, even though it was wrong, he had to, because he never would have been put into position if he didn't do something to get out of position that he was in. That position no longer served him no more. It was time for him to move and do something differently, and that's how it is. A lot of times we get in one position and we feel like we gotta stay stuck there because it's comfortable. I'm gonna let y'all know anything that's comfortable. Hey Sierra, welcome in, sis. Anything that's comfortable. Y'all know I played my song for y'all, Bridge of Life. I ain't sang it, Pink sang it. But y'all know I played that song to remind y'all. In the song she says, and that's when you know that it's worth the fight. When it's something you gotta fight for, I don't care what it is, y'all. It's some things that I just had to fight for. It's some things I still gotta fight for. And when you gotta fight for it, you know it's worth it. Does that make sense? So many times we see things and we like, why this not just lining up? Cause some things is worth the fight. You know what I'm saying? Some things, if y'all could just get over this one little bridge, you'd be like, dang, it is worth the fight. You know what I'm saying? If I can get past this one little moment, I know it's worth the fight. You know what I'm saying? So that's like the thing about this, is that it's worth the fight. God had to put him in a certain position where he had to understand that it was worth the fight. You know what I'm saying? Hey, sis. And I love this part because even though he murdered, without doing that part, the Pharisees probably would have kept him in that home for a long time. But like I said, the movie, that's why we gotta read our word and then watch the movie, so we can be like, that happened, that didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? We can have our own idea and we can just enjoy the movie, but we don't go and take it and tell somebody else what happened in the movie. You know what I'm saying? Then somebody looking at you like, because you ain't go read your word. Go read your word. But let's talk about how we know that it was meant to happen. It was necessary what he did. I'm not telling y'all to go do it, but his mistake was necessary. That's all I be trying to tell people. Like, stop looking at your past like, why did I do that? Because I know sometimes when I first started walking the will of God, I got to that point where I just was a crybaby. And I'm like, it was necessary. That's what I'm learning now, is that it was necessary. Now I understand it was necessary. Amen. So, let's go to Chantel. Where you gonna go to, girl? I think I done described to y'all that it was necessary a lot now. Okay, so then let me go to, we're gonna skip over what the people say to him, even though he was taking up for them. Yes, go read your word for yourself. Absolutely. And this is another reason why I do this. I skip around and get key points because I want people to go read it themselves. So I'm gonna skip on why we know that the Pharisees knew about it and why he was angry. I mean, how we knew that it was necessary for him to do what he was meant to do. We're going to skip past how we knew and how it got to that point, because I want y'all to go read it. But it says, then Moses was afraid, thinking everyone knows what I did. Because you got to think about it. When he unalived the Egyptian for the Hebrews, he was being sneaky about it. He was making sure nobody seen it. But like I tell y'all, that's why I tell y'all, you gotta stop calling people snitches. That don't make sense. Because if you don't want nobody, you snitched on yourself. Because if you don't want nobody to know that you did something, welcome in, sis. If you don't want nobody to know that you did something, then why would you do it in front of somebody? It contradicts everything you saying. Then now you walking around calling me a snitch because they didn't came and asked me, did so and so happen? I said, yes, it did. If you don't want nobody to know, then do it like you don't want nobody to know, Moses. You know? So we end up getting out what he did. And I ain't gonna tell you how we know, but I'm just gonna skip over that part, and then I'm gonna say, then Moses was afraid, thinking everyone knows what I did. And sure enough, Pharaoh heard what had happened, and he tried to kill Moses. All right, y'all. But Moses fled from Pharaoh and went to live in the land of Midian, somewhere. But y'all know that word. But like I said, in the movie, it shows it like he just went away and he couldn't live with what he did. But right here, we see that Pharaoh was definitely trying to take him out. Yeah, you killed one of ours. I'm gonna I'm gonna take you out. I'm gonna kill you. I'm sorry. Welcome in, Edward. Welcome in. Welcome to the family. But you took him out. I'm about to take you out. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to think about it. Pharaoh probably never really looked at him as one of them at all. You know what I'm saying? He probably just loved his daughter. Because if it was up to him, he was supposed to be all right, y'all. But I'm gonna go on to chapter. No, I'm gonna go to verse 19. The reason why I'm gonna go to verse 19 is because this right here show y'all when one door closed, God opened up another one. Yeah, so many times we be so scared to let go of things, or we be so scared to trust God because we scared like, well, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? One door closed, God opened up another door for him. And I'm not gonna read all of what happened, but what I'm gonna do is we're gonna go to chapter. Anybody just coming in? We're in Exodus chapter 2, and we're gonna go to verse 19 because that's gonna explain how he was positioned. It says, an Egyptian rescued us from the shepherds. They was talking about Moses. She was talking to her dad. And, an Egyptian rescued us from the shepherds, they answered. And then he drew water for us and watered our flocks. And then it says, then where is he? Their father asked, why did you leave him? Invite him to come and eat with us. All right, I'm not going to finish it off, but from that point on, he ended up marrying one of his daughters. He was accepted into that family. Now, I'm going to go to, thank you, sis, Exodus chapter 2. And then I'm going to skip again. Y'all know I'm the skipping queen because I want y'all to go read it yourself. I want y'all to hear this story and realize this is a good story and be like, let me go get into the word because I thought it was boring. No, it's not. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot to go on, and I tell you the truth. If you in your word and you on this walk, it start to make so much sense to you while you going through. The skipping queen, yes. But when I tell y'all, it'll start to make sense what you going through. Y'all, my sister them stay sick. So I got a cough that I'm fighting with right now because last time I had whatever I had, I don't know if it was pneumonia, I don't know if it was the flu, I don't know if it was COVID. I just don't go to them doctor folks. I don't play with them folks. You know what I'm saying? I just let my body heal on its own, best as I can, right? So I didn't know what I had. But I had a cough for a whole year. So for me to feel this little rumble in my cough, you know what I'm saying? I'm up over here feeling some type of way. You know what I'm saying? I done talked about my sister in my head a bunch of times. Yeah, I did. And she work up in the she's a nurse. So y'all see what field she work in? Yeah, we battling. Cause I can't stand being sick. Same natural healing, absolutely. That's me, y'all. I'm not going to them doctor folks. And you say, Chantel, but what if, baby, it's my time to go. Don't put me on all them machines. Let me go. And I ain't suicidal. I'm just saying, sorry, TikTok, because I know y'all get mad about that. But it's just my time. You know what I'm saying? Welcome in. If tea can't help me, then that's what I need. I'm going to take me some tea, drink me some tea. Because peppermint tea cleared up so good. She said I'm heavy on the not paying nobody. I'm not y'all project. That's what I'm heavy on. I'm heavy on I'm not y'all project. I'm heavy on it. Y'all know just as much as me. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Y'all guessing like me. But then y'all got chat too. Y'all ain't about to have chat doing no have y'all doing surgery on me, telling y'all what to do and how to do it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we not being no projects around here. I don't play that. And then I be telling people, then I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna let it go. Drugs is drugs. I don't care how you put it. Drugs is drugs. Whether it's I'm gonna give it to you through a counter, over the counter, or I'm gonna give it to you through the man on the counter. Drugs is drugs. And where they get them drugs from? Drugs. Drugs. It's drugs. So with that being said, to me, I just rather God, if it's my time up, let me go. But chapter 3, let's go, y'all. Let's see. One day Moses was tending the flock of his father-in-law, Jethro, the priest of Midian. He led the flock far into the wilderness and came to Sinai. The mount. Hold on, Chantel. You gonna read all this? Yeah. The mountain of God. I like that, y'all. And I probably said that wrong, but I still like it. There the angels of the Lord appeared to him in a blazing fire from the middle of the bush. Moses stared in amazement. Though the bush was engulfed in flames, it didn't burn up. This is amazing, Moses said to himself. Why isn't the bush burning up? I must go see. Look at God getting his attention. All right, thank you for the repost. I don't need them side sermon slaughter. Brother, listen. And it's so funny because if you ever watch I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna get back to the word, y'all. If you ever watch a commercial, it have more side effects than it have I'm gonna help you. And you want me to take that? Oh no. No. Can't do it. If I can't find it natural, and that's something that when God bless me with my home, I'm gonna work on is like natural things. And some people act like if you get herbs and stuff all that, like you serving another God. Take territory back because God created them things for us. What you mean? All they did was stick their name on top of it. All they did was stick a label on top of it and said this is ours. I'm taking territory back because of what? You said, what about people with sickle cell like you? Listen, sis, I don't have the cure for everybody. I tell anybody, build their relationship with God. God will direct you on going forward on anything that you're dealing with. Anything. But that's just for me. I'm not God. But those are my thoughts. That's what God lays on my heart. So when I tell you as far as like sickle cell and everything that you go through, like I said, for me, when it's my time, I just want to go on to the other side. Whatever may come, because I know things gonna come up against my body. You know what I'm saying? I rebuke them, but I'm just saying, like, I know my body gonna get older. You know what I'm saying? I'm fully aware of those things. But as for me and my relationship with God, those are things that I feel. And I tell anybody, build that relationship with God. You never know what God got for you. You get what I'm saying? You never know what God got for you. Because like Psalm said, my health may grow weak. Or I might have said it backwards. My health may go weak. Am I saying it wrong? And my spirit, y'all know I go to it. Hold on. Because I know I get it. I'm learning that verse, y'all. I'm going to grow it one day. But that's my song. I mean, that ain't my song, but that's my songs. That's my songs, okay? And then I'm going to go back to the word and then I'm going to leave y'all alone. But y'all know I got to always run this back. But it says, whom I have in heaven but you. And it's Psalm 73, verse 25. And this always do something for me. It said, whom I have in heaven but you. I desire you more than anything on earth. My health may fail. That's what it is. Come on. My health may fail and my spirit may grow weak, but God remains the strength of my heart. And he is mine forever. So for me, I don't speak for everybody else, but I just tell people a drug is a drug. You know what I'm saying? And I really can't, unless I got what you got, I really can't medicate you. Unless I go through what you go through, I really can't say sis. Well, this is that. That was Psalms chapter 73. I think verse 25 through 24. I love that one, y'all. I ain't gonna even lie. But when I tell you build that relationship with God, because that's the point, is that I'm not God. You know what I'm saying? And it explains us in the word that our body will grow weak, even though it, you know what I'm saying? We're only human. We all got an expiration date. And like I told my sister, because she was feeling for somebody, and I said, well, you want to know something that's crazy? Most people unalive, and I'm going to go back to the word after I say this. Most people unalive accidental. Like, it's an accident. Most unalivement is accident. So even though you may be suffering with something, the next person may unalive, and it was an accident. And they may go before you just because it looked like they got it all put together. No, none of us know when our time is up. But that's why I say, like, build that relationship with God. But even as a little girl, I never liked the hospital. You can ask my mama, like, if anything happened to me, the only thing that'll stop me from crying is she say, I'm about to take you to the hospital. I never liked it. It never fed my spirit. I never felt safe. You know what I'm saying? So that's just me. I don't want to stir off your journey, but if you want to, I'll add you to my prayer list also too. But welcome in, cause I don't got all the answers, y'all. I say that just to remind y'all that build that relationship with God. Welcome in. But yeah, if you're okay, then I'll add you to my prayer list. But that's just my mindset, y'all. Don't take me out. But Exodus, and that's probably why I am too. But Exodus, where we at, y'all? I got you anytime, anytime, anytime. Let me write you down. And I tell everybody, every time I go, when I write people down, I've made me a new one. My goal is to, every time that I pick up that pad, I pray for them, because we need God every day. Thank you, Chocolate. Welcome to the family. We need God every day. Do you hear me? Is it Kayleen? Kayleen? I knew somebody's name was Kaylee. I used to love that name. I thought my sister was having a girl and we was gonna name her Kaylee. Kaylee. All right. But absolutely, y'all. Build that relationship. That's gonna be me. Oh, it's Kaylin. Spelled different. Okay. All right, Mint. Set apart. Let them know. Let them know. Drop us all on their prayer list. Okay. I like to ask permission, Sermon Slaughter, just because I know that that's how God does us. Like Jesus, he knocked, and if we answer that door, then So that's why I like to ask people permission. So if you tell me, I got you. I got you, sunshine lady. Yup. Thank you for the love. Absolutely, y'all. But we're gonna try to get out this word. We're gonna try, but wherever the Holy Spirit lead us. Like I tell y'all, I think I get God every time I come on here late. But Moses says this is amazing. This is where he sees the burning bush for anybody who just came in. Do it not excite y'all when somebody bring up a part that you didn't probably heard about? You done went to church and they didn't preached about it, but it's like, oh, we really in it today. That don't excite y'all when y'all get to those moments in the Bible where it be like, oh, I heard a little bit about this. Let me really see, like Job, y'all. When I tell y'all, don't listen to nobody version of Job. Go read it yourself. Because when I think about how they describe Job, all I heard all my life was Job was a man of patience. Job friends turned against him. Job wife told him to curse God and die. Nobody said how Job was angry, bitter, depressed, wish he never was healed. You know what I'm saying? Nobody said none of that stuff. And it make you think like, dang, I got to go through this with a smile on my face. Job took God to court. I don't know for what. Don't get that idea, but I'm just saying. Yes, like a lot of people don't say that. So you think you just supposed to be like, oh, I'm going through so much, but I'm going to sit over here and smile. No, 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 no. I ain't saying it like Job, because Job was going off on the low. But Job did do something that I don't care what nobody say. I put all, I ain't got no hat, but whatever, however that phrase go, I love and respect Job's whole testimony. Why? Because he went to God. He was angry, he was upset, and he had no right to question God the way he did, because he's not the creator of all things. You know what I'm saying? He had, everything he gave it was never his, including himself. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, brother, for the share, including himself. He had no right at all, none whatsoever to question God. But I love the fact that he questioned God. He went to God about what he had. He stopped going to people. You know what I'm saying? Them friends was talking crazy at him, but he was like, come here, let me school y'all. Let me show y'all what y'all need to do. I respect Job from that, because that is a lesson we can learn, is go to God. I don't care what state you in, because guess what Job was? He was humble. And I'm sorry we going to another thing, but I'm sorry. Okay, y'all, back to it. It says, when the Lord saw Moses coming to take a closer look, God called to him from the middle of the bush, Moses, Moses, here I am. Y'all see how God was like knocking? And Moses was like, here I go. You know what I'm saying? We got to have that same relationship with God. Here I go. Here I am. Hey. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't got it, that's something to go to your father about it. God, I'm not obedient. I'm working on obedience. I'm working on not paying attention to the world and paying attention to God and what he said for me. Yeah, because they ain't my source, he is. Yeah. But it says, do not, here I am, Moses replied. Do not come any closer, the Lord warned. He warned. You see how he was obedient? He said, don't you come no closer. It said, take off your sandals, for you are standing on holy ground. Respect it. Respect it. You know what I'm saying? It says, I am your God. Hold on. I am the God of your father, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. When Moses heard this, he covered his face because he was afraid to look at God. He had so much respect. He like, hold on. This is holy ground. Do you hear me? Like, show some respect. Like I said, a lot of people get up here and they talk crazy at people like us who's walking in the will of God, telling people about God. Anywhere that we go, no matter what, it don't matter. They come up here and they say all these things, but baby, listen. It just go to show that you ain't got no respect, because you know what I'd rather see? I would rather see a young woman telling other women, telling other people about God, but then the people that tell y'all daughters to degrade themselves, tell y'all sons to go out there and harm other people, y'all get them everything y'all got. Yeah, they get all respect, but then you got somebody that's coming up and willing to tell people about God, and y'all, you treat them like trash. Oh, you doing this because of that. You, what? I was doing this before I even knew that you were getting gifts. I was doing this in my everyday life. Don't you understand? I do this whether I'm here or I'm out there in the world. You get me? It don't matter. Wherever I go, it's just here God has allowed me to touch other people. I don't have to be around everybody 24/7. Everywhere I go, I've been doing this before I started walking in the will of God. I've been talking to my friends and speaking life into them way before. It probably been a little worldly, a lot of worldly, but it was great advice. I've been equipped for this. Alright? So when I tell you, don't let nobody change up. Why? Because what did God say? What did you tell God? What was that conversation in between you and God? So it is what it is. Say whatever you want to. But Megan, Cardi B, Sexy Red, them who y'all praise though. But you got a woman telling you about God. But that's who y'all praise though. That is so sad. That's who y'all put up on the radio. Y'all ain't gonna do them no wrong. You got my girl telling y'all skimming people and stuff. That's who y'all praise. That's who y'all look at, and they tell your daughters that they not good enough. They bodies that God gave them is not good enough. Go add some more. Go add plastic to it. Go add things of this world. Even though what God blessed them with, it could not be touched. Why can't it be touched, Chantel? Because it's a gift from God. And anything you add on to it, that's gifts from the world. Who you gonna serve? Alright, so that's why can't nobody make me feel bad about nothing that I'm doing. Why? Because I could be telling anything. I could be saying anything. I could be doing anything. But I'm over here telling people about God. Drawing people close to God. Because guess why? I was that girl who didn't know much about God and was ready to give up. Yeah, that was me. That was me crying every day. Y'all, I was miserable. That's why I tell people you can have everything in the world, but once The enemy come back to get his when he come back, he get his. You know what I'm saying? When it's time to pay up, you better be ready. That's why your past come back and knock you so far down because you ran. And then it finally caught up to you, Chantel. When he come back, when he do catch you, if you ain't got no power, you good as God. I'm sorry. I hate to knock that down. So that's why I get up on here and I tell people about God. I tell people about God because I know how the enemy is. And if you're not equipped, you may fail. It was nothing but God's grace that I didn't fall. And I tell people that. That's why I serve God the way that I do. That's why I'm choosing to walk in the will of God no matter what the cost of it is, because I knew that it was nothing but God. I tried. And you know what? God allowed me to try everything. Yeah. So when I did get back up, I understood who was my source. When I tell you I didn't try about everything but the hard drugs. Now, y'all, I couldn't go that far. Y'all know I tell you I don't like medicine. That's the same thing. Yeah, it's all the same thing. In the lab. All right, cooking. All right, that's what I'm trying to tell y'all, but everybody gonna get mad at me for telling y'all what the truth is. It's the same thing. They're all in the lab cooking. Whether it's in their grandma's kitchen or whether it's up in the lab. Either one. Same thing. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing. But I said, you know what? I ain't gonna try that. I ain't gonna try. It's a couple more things I ain't tried either. And I'm so glad and grateful because it didn't fit me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say what all it is, but you know. But I'll say I tried a lot of things that did not work. That's all I'm saying. Thank you. All right. That's all I'm trying to say is that I truly believe God allowed me to try all of those things and to see that it did not work. So once that I got up, I understood who my source is and I said yes to him. Yeah, I don't see myself going another way than this right here. Because like I said, out there is ghetto. It's very ghetto. You talking about me stopping at the red lights and doing what? Oh my God. You talking about me drunk and all over well and falling out and clothes coming up. You talking about me out there with that man? That is very, and he won't even come me. Oh my God. Like, very ghetto. Very not cute. Very low class. You know what I'm saying? Like, once that veil is released, you start to realize this ain't right here. It's like a strict parent. Like, in your mind, they strict, but in reality, they trying to help you. You said you're talking about me. I'm sorry, sis. You know what I'm saying? I can't be in the ghetto no more. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Entertaining people. Like, I ain't got time for that. Let me entertain you with this word. You want to be entertained so bad. Let me entertain you with something that'll bless you. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? So when I tell you it was all necessary, know your worth, okay? And your father will teach you. If you don't know, your father will teach you. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Your father will teach you. And I had to learn them things. Girl, you worth all of the things God promised you. Yeah, all of it. And you better not let nobody make you feel like you less than, and including yourself, Goliath. Because it ain't what they did. Like in the Bible, it tells us, and I'm about to finish this up, y'all. I'm sorry. But y'all always make me lead the one thing to the other. But in the Bible, it tells us how, I just lost my train of thought. What was I talking about? Oh, you know, what was I talking about? It's okay. You talking good. I just lost my thought. I shouldn't have stopped and said nothing because I had it. I know it's something up in the Bible that Jesus said. It was so good, but Jesus said a lot of things. So good. I've done a lot of crazy stuff in life, but God had better things for me. Thank you. Thank you, Jesus. Thank God for Jesus. My God. Ooh, y'all. But I'm going to tell y'all what I was about to say as soon as it come back to my brain. All right. Let's go to when Moses heard this, he covered his face because he was afraid to look at God. He's had so much respect. He covered his face. He's like, I'm not even worthy enough to look at you. You're so great. You're so good. You know what I'm saying? Like, He was humble, because when you think about, like, I love Eve, but Eve was trying to, I don't think she was trying to be like God in a nasty way. But like I told y'all, when I think about myself, I would never want to be in God's position. I ain't even about to sit right here and lie to y'all. I ain't even about to lie to y'all. I be looking at people's life and saying, girl, I would never want to be in your position. You know what I'm saying? Better look God position. Cut it. But it says, where I went to? Okay, hold on. Here we go. It says, then the Lord told him, I have certainly seen the opposition of my people in Egypt. I have heard their cries, distress because of their harsh slave drivers. Yes, I am aware. I see you, and yes, I understand, my God, of the suffering. So I have come down to rescue. Oh, hold on. So I have come down to rescue them from the power of the Egyptians and lead them out of Egypt into their own fertile and spacious land. It is a land. I know y'all done heard this a lot of times. Y'all preaching and said it and all that stuff, all that good stuff, right? So y'all know this is all up and through Exodus, right? But it says it is a land flowing with milk and honey. The land where the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Amorites, the Perizzites, the Havitites, the Jebusites now live. They get me every time, y'all. When they say all them names back to back, I be like, I got a couple of them, but after 4 times, my brain said, But it says, look, the cry of the people of Israel has reached me, and I have seen how harshly the Egyptians has abused them. Now go, for I am sending you to Pharaoh. You must lead my people of Israel out of Egypt. I just love that, y'all. Like, when I read it, I did take like a little moment, because it just reminds you, like, out of all the things that you've been through, like, God see it. He see everything that you've been through. He seen all of the people that did things to you, not the ones who unintentionally and they just didn't know no better. Because for me, I feel like it's a lot of people in my life, they just didn't know no better. And that's why for me it's a lot of forgiveness out there. But even for the people who knew better and they chose to do you wrong anyway, God knew. He seen it. He seen your brokenness. He seen your hurt. And he showed up. He shows up for us. No matter how much we try to act like we didn't. Like I said, so many people went through this situation, they didn't make it out. But God saw fit, and that was more than enough. But this right here just go to show y'all where I say how Moses was positioned. God told him, you must lead my people, Israel, out of Egypt. I love this. I really can stop right here, because it just go back to show you. And I'm going to go on, because I like when it talks about how I am. I love that verse. I love that verse. I know y'all hear it a lot, but this where it came from, y'all. So, I can just double back and looking at everything that he has went through, starting with that he wasn't even supposed to be there, and God positioned him so he could be there, because the dean, or I'm sorry, the Egyptian's leader had put out something that all of the Hebrew boys had to be taken out. So just thinking about Joseph wasn't even supposed to be there, but God positioned him anyway. His mom knew that he was special. His mom giving a sacrifice to give him up, because what mom wants to give up their child? You know what I'm saying? Not even truly knowing what will happen, just hoping. Like the woman with the issue of blood, just hoping, a thought, just hoping. You know what I'm saying? And then going all the way up until her bringing them back, her being able to raise them, and her actually getting blessed to actually be paid to take care of her own child, right? It's just crazy how God was just kept positioning, and then even him taking out, he becoming a king. I mean, not a king, but a prince. and him being positioned with favor, because he could have been treated like the rest of the Hebrews, but he was still given favor, right? And then you go on and you see where like what I mean, he gave him favor. Oh, I know what happened next, right? That's what I was trying to grab there. But 11 verse chapter 2 verse 11, where he ended up unaliving an Israelite, right? He ended up unaliving an Israelite, and he was even positioned there because without that he probably still would have been under Pharaoh. But because of that, Pharaoh wanted to take him out, so he had to flee. And then God having another door open where he ended up meeting his wife and his family. He did some great deeds, and he ended up meeting his wife and his family. There go another door where he was positioned, right? And then even coming to this point where he did come into that burning bush, he was out doing something, he was positioned for those things, and now God is telling him that you must lead my people. So he put him in a position of leadership because he was a prince. You know what I'm saying? He put him in a position of leadership, already positioned him to lead all of those things. When you pay attention to it, he would possibly lead lead the Egyptians, but God was like, no. He pulled him from that position to say, I want you to lead my people. I want you to lead my people out of slavery. And then we can think about it on a physical way, but let's think about it in a spiritual way. Think about how many people are held hostage by their past. And you come out and you remind them that God can heal you from that, from your testimony. Think about how many people are held hostage by shame, guilt, anger, anxiety, rage, depression. And then here you come, freeing them spiritually, reminding them you ain't got to stay in that same spot. You know what I'm saying? Going out and telling people about God. And you got to think about it. Moses was a murderer. And I'm sorry I said that right. Moses wasn't a murderer. That's a label. Don't do that. So it's a difference. I meant to say that note too, because I'm getting my wording right, y'all. So mind me that I be checking myself. The label, which is judging, is that he's a murderer. He only murdered one person. He murdered somebody. Moses, it didn't matter how you say it, because you don't want to label nobody as that's all they gonna be, because now he's a leader. All right, y'all. Now he leading God's people out of Egypt. You know what I'm saying? So it's quite funny how all those positions can change as life keep on going. And I say that to say that you got to be comfortable with the uncomfortable. You got to be comfortable with knowing that God, you ain't going to, when you're getting used, you won't be in a position where you will always feel comfortable. I'm sorry. Most of the times you'll be uncomfortable. So that's really what I wanted everybody to understand, that if you on that walk and then the Bible start to like show up in your life where you feeling uncomfortable and you're always getting positioned from here and you're always getting positioned there, but every position was only meant for what you're doing in the kingdom. Yeah, because like I said, when I think about me and all the things that I've done, if I would have been start serving God, I would have been very much like the Pharisees. If I had to describe myself, I would have been like the Pharisees. I would have acted like them. I would have been snooty. I would have been snobby. But because of everything I went through, it allowed me to be humble. That makes sense? All right, y'all. And I'm going to, I love this, y'all. He wasn't supposed to be in the positions that he was in, but because what God had on his life, yeah, it all just fell in line. He was positioned. And I always tell people that to remind them what God got for you. The only person that can stop you from it, and sometimes you can't even stop you from it, is you. God is knocking. He never stopped knocking at your door. I don't care what you did. He never stopped knocking at your door. Every day he woke you up, he never stopped knocking at your door. You know what I'm saying? I pray that we just begin just to answer. Even if it's little by little, even if you creeping the door open, Lord, you know what I'm saying? You whispering through the cracks of the door. Like all he need is a little bit. That's just like the enemy. All the enemy need is a little bit. So you pick and choose which one you gonna serve. What way you gonna go. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna finish reading this off just because I like it. We're gonna stop at 14. 11 said, but Moses protested to God, who am I to appear before the Pharaoh? Do you see how he didn't even believe in himself? Who am I? Like, let's be real. Hi, me, little old me. gonna go up there. And that's how a lot of us feel. Once we start walking the will of God and God tell us to do things, a lot of times we say, who am I? Man, you God's child, and that's the only title you need. All right? All right, y'all. But it says, God answered, I'm on 5%. I'm about to get it out. God answered, I will be with you. Oh, hold on. But Moses protested to God, who am I to appear before Pharaoh? Who am I to lead the people of Israel out of Egypt? God answered, I will be with you. Just reminding us, it ain't who you are. Because like he told Jeremiah, don't say you too young. I'll give you the words. It's who you go to. It's who you're utilizing. Is you going to your father, asking him to walk ahead of you, or are you doing it with your own power, your own way? You know what I'm saying? God said, I'll be with you. And this is your sign that I am the one who has sent you. Yeah, I sent you. It says, when you have brought the people out of Egypt, you will worship God at this very mountain. 13 said, but Moses protested, if I go to the people of Israel and tell them the God of your ancestors has sent me to you, they will ask me, what is his name? And then what should I tell them? Ain't that funny, y'all? That's how people be. Like when you start walking the will of God, they question everything about you. You know what I'm saying? Everything. Well, what about this? Well, what about that? You know what I'm saying? That crazy. But I love this verse. That's why I'm gonna read it, y'all. This ain't even really what I'm talking about today, but I just love this verse. But it says, but Moses we know he protested. He said, what is his name? Then what should I tell them? God replied to Moses, I am who I am. Say this to the people of Israel. I am has sent me to you. So y'all ever hear that famous quote right here? God also said to Moses, say this to the people of Israel. Yahweh, the God of your ancestors. There go Yahweh, y'all. Yahweh. That right there. The God of your ancestors, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob has sent me to you. This is my eternal name, my name to remember for all generations. I am. I love that, y'all. But that's it, y'all. Like, that's all I have for y'all. It's just, remembering who walks with you. If God has led you to it, you better go ahead. That's all I'm going to tell y'all. Like, at the end of the day, who report are you going to believe? It's so many people that's talking. So many people that's talking, but build that relationship with God and ask yourself, who report am I gonna believe? You gonna be like, you wanna be like the woman with an issue of blood. She could have looked at them 12 years of nobody could help her, but she said, I'm going to a healer, and I just believe with a thought that I am healed. If I could just touch his robe, I don't even have to touch him. And her faith was so strong. So that's why we talk about faith so much, because her faith was so strong. She believed if I could just touch his robe, I'll be healed. She didn't say I'll be healing. She said I'll be healed. So y'all, we got to walk in that thing, because Isaiah 53:5 promises us that we're healed. Jesus died so that we would be whole, so that we would be healed. So when I tell y'all, that's just my thing. It's just y'all to remember whose you are. Remember you are healed. And like I said earlier today, so many times things will come up against us, or people try to break us and hurt us. But if only they knew who we ran to when we were broken and we were hurt. And like I said, Jesus tells Paul, my power works best in your weakness. So let them do free labor. Let them keep doing free labor. And I read Moses just to remind y'all what God got for you. That's just it. That's it. What God got for you is already done. You just got to walk in it. That's it. That's all I got for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Anybody want to drop some verses? Let's see what verses we can drop. We're talking about position today. So anybody want to drop some beautiful verses about God promises? Y'all are welcome to. I'm going to give us a few minutes, then I'm going to pray us out. If anybody want to drop some verses in the comments about some of the promises God promised us, then you are welcome to. Romans 8:28. Let's do it. Hold on. Wait a minute. I like Roman, y'all. That's why I smile so hard. I like the name Roman. Like, it's so beautiful. Roman. Roman. Come here, little round. Round. I like Roman. It just sounds so strong. Oh, there go wrong. All right, y'all. 8:28. 8:28. And why I got it highlighted? 8:28. It says, and we know that God. Okay, I know why. And we know that God causes everything to work together for the good of those who love God and are called according to his purpose. And for them, y'all, that one right there draw me weak. Hey, Vante, you came it in. Romans 12:2. Let's see. You gonna drop us a Bible verse about something? What we dropping Bible verses about? About a premise that God has for us. Romans 8:28 was so good. That was good right there, girl. That one I was made me shed a couple right there. Romans 12:2. Romans is so good. I can't wait to get to Romans 12:2. It's a couple of verses that I just love. 12:2. Let's see. It says, don't copy. I like this one now. Yes, that's a beautiful one. Thank you. Thank you for the share. Thank you so much. I know how to say your name. I just can't say it right now. That's why I ain't say it. I know how to say your name. I just can't say it right now. But 12:2, it says, don't copy the behaviors and customs of the world, but let God Come on! Why I got this one highlighted too, though, y'all? I got this one highlighted too. It says, don't copy the behaviors and custom of the world, but let God transform you into a new person by changing the way that you think. I'm about to finish off the rest, but it just go back to how we talked about the woman with the issue of blood. It was a thought. All it was a thought. She could have looked at them 12 years, but she looked at that thought. She looked at her already healed. She looked at who God called her to be. Like, I don't know, y'all. Welcome to the family. Is it Shada? Welcome to the family, love. You good. You good. Y'all know I be YouTubing, so if y'all want to go back, check out my YouTube in my bio. And TikTok don't start. But let me finish this up for y'all. It's just some of these verses. They just be so good. I'm gonna reread this because it was good. Don't copy the behaviors and customs of the world, but let God transform you into a new person by changing the way that you think. Then you will learn to know God's will for you. Come on now, y'all. That is good right there. Which is good and pleasing and perfect. Absolutely, y'all. I like that one. You used to watch me. Oh, welcome, is. Did I miss any scriptures? Anybody want to drop any more? Anybody want to drop any more? Okay. Now, I don't know how to say that one, but Deuteronomy. Did I say it right? I probably told that one up. That one be tearing me up because why is you that long? What is you talking about? What is that? All right, let's see. I know that's gonna be good, y'all, because that is somewhere up in there where it says you love the Lord your God and with all your heart and follow his dominion decrees. I never forget that one. Never. Because that started my journey when I was like, God, you know what? You've been so good. I want to get to know you. How about that? But chapter 31:8. Let's see. 8 says, I don't got this one highlighted, but it look like it's gonna be good. Let me find 8, y'all. 8 up in here sneaking somewhere. Oh, do not be afraid. I think I want to go back on it. I think I want to go. Can I go back to 7? I'm going to go back to 7 for you right quick because I like it. Let me make sure I'm in the right verse. Yes, I am. So I'm going to go back to 7. Deuteronomy 31:7. It says, then Moses called for Joshua and all the Israels. Watch. He said to him, be strong and courageous, For you will lead these people into the land that the Lord swore to their ancestors he would give them. You are the one who will divide. Oh, hold on, I might be skipping something. He would give them. You are the one who will divide it among them as their grants of land. Do not be afraid or discouraged, for the Lord will personally go ahead of you, and he will be with you. He will never leave nor abandon you. And I'm pretty sure that's the verse about he will never leave nor forsake you. But it's probably in KJV. But I'm gonna highlight that one though, cause what you say? Do not be discouraged. I know that one fine. Jesus, I'll never forget. All right, y'all. Y'all know I be highlighting. I be needing y'all help too, cause what? I think I used to run, even though I'm just getting into the New Testament, I be running from the Old Testament. You know what I'm saying? That means working from home. I used to watch you every day. We miss you up over here. Been a minute. What's up, Michael? Like an hour and a half. Thank you. Come in. Read it again, please. I got you. What you want me to read again? The one I just read. I got you. If that's the one you want me to read. I'm sorry, because I was trying to comprehend it. Y'all see me study because I'm trying to comprehend it. Okay, so I'm going to do Deuteronomy chapter 8. Verse 8, because really 7 do say what 8 say. It says, Deuteronomy chapter 31, verse 8, do not be afraid or discouraged, for the Lord will personally go ahead of you. He will be with you. He will neither fail you nor abandon you. I like it. John 14. Oh, I know John about to be good. Hold up, nah. Wait a minute. It's something about them Johns, whether it's John, 1 John, 2 John. Them Johns be good. I ain't gonna even flex and tell y'all no story. Every time I go up, I be like, ooh, ooh. Now when I go to Matthew, I be like, ooh. But John, I be like, okay, I like this. Not because it is just like a fairy tale, but more is just the truth. I like it. It's beautiful. John 14 and 15. 14. Anything with 14, I know it's gonna be something good. I don't know why. Oh, I see why. But John 14 and 15. It says, if you love me, obey my commands, and I will ask the Father, and he will give you another advocate who will never leave you. He is the, did I read right? Hold on, is it 14, 15? Okay. You want them to know, obey my commands. I get you. And you know what? I always love that verse because it reminds us that love is what love does. Love is what love does. So I like that verse. Y'all got anything else before we slide out? Anybody? Before we slide out, if y'all want to put down a verse that reminds y'all the beautiful things that God says about us. What's the verse about David where he talks about where David says it, but he was looking at God's creation where we are fearfully and wonderfully made? Which one is it? It is Psalms, maybe. There's Psalms, y'all. There's somewhere in Psalms. Anybody? Somebody. Psalms is long. Psalms humbled me in the most craziest way possible because it's so long to where when I read other chapters, I could read it like this if I want to because Psalms was so long. But let's see. The whole Psalms is good. I'll give y'all the whole Psalms, really. Let's go back some. I'm trying to think of it because I used to know that. I used to know that verse. I don't know it no more. Ooh, this is one good right here, y'all. And then I'm going to leave y'all with this one. Psalms 91. We read that the other day, but we're going to reread that one because that one right there, when I tell y'all, when I asked for that verse, it's about 3 people on here that told me that verse. And then I got on the phone with my mama. And I said, well, mama, your fighting scripture? And she told me Psalm 91. I said, oh, I got you. Psalms 27. I got you. So I'm about to read this one to y'all. And let me pull out KJV. Because just maybe I like it in KJV. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. I got my own hair. I got other people's hair. I be wearing all kind of stuff. I be loving people with God spirits. They'll be my type of people. But Psalms, let me go to it up in here because I gotta see which one I like better. Because some stuff I have to hear from a certain way. 38. I think I want to hear it from KJV. Psalms